Is that your friend? Hey, you can be riding your bike like that guy. Look at that guy. He's gonna be. Is he going to your school? It's your buddy. Should we pull him along?
How?
Huh?
How?
Put out a string. He grabs on and holds on tight onto his bike. He's going to be really late, isn't he? Look at him go. Oh my gosh, red light. He is fucking booking it. He is booking it. Huh? What?
On this street, it's green.
Doesn't matter. He can't, at a red light, he can't cut across a traffic light. He'd have to get, to do it right, he'd have to get off his bike and walk it across. All right? He'd have to get off his bike, not ride it like a crazy man. It's like me. I like your friend. What's up, JS? Your friend's crazy like your dad. Tell him. That's what I would be doing. I'd be driving just like him. Crazy. He has no helmet on. Good morning. So we see the results of the hatred of the trans community manifesting. You know, when you take and vilify, when you take a society, a group of people, and say that they're worthless, and say that they're not loved by God, and that they're they don't deserve to live, that they're demons and beasts. When you do that, and it's the same thing the Nazis did. The Nazis did the same thing. What happens is you have mass shootings like you just had with a trans person acting out. A person feels, what's the point? And on top of that, you give them access to easy guns. You give them access to weapons of mass destruction, right? Weapons of war. You create a society of hate, and then you create a society of access to tools that will ultimately be used to lash out at innocent children and other people. And they don't, and that is exactly what happened. Good morning, Cindy, Crystal, JS on there. I just launched my other video, my other talk. It had a really nice title and everything, and the algorithm, the bot cut it off. So yeah, we're ready. See if I wonder if my I added a new feature. See if the bot will connect to this. Your friend is driving crazy. He's gonna get hit by a car. So it's really sad news. Really sad news with the shooting, especially sad news on the trans community, because they're gonna just the Nazis are going to use it to villainize instead of addressing the problem, and this is a result. And this is a foreshadowing of what's coming, because when they start oppressing the rights of other groups and in individual society, there's going to be more events like what we just witnessed. It's human nature when they feel like they don't have an opportunity. What's up, Cheryl? What's up, everybody? Looks like arthritis. It's the ultrafly. Good night. She ought to have a rack. What? Tell you should have said, come on, you can beat us. Try to beat us. It's busy this morning. Look how many cars there are. Why is there so many cars? So many cars. It's really sad. So, So what you guys up to? Anything? And the other thing happened. Another thing happened today. You know, the whole Chat GPT, the kid committing suicide. You know, I've been talking about that with you know, when AI acts human and it's not human, it doesn't have feelings, but it acts like it has feelings. When you program AI to model humans, um, um, this is the kind of shit that happens. Sycophancy. And kids committed suicide. That's, you know, if you watch my videos when I talk with AI, especially AI like Sesame and others that, you know, that act all the sycophants, you know, like they're your best friend and they're flirting. Exactly what I was telling the AI. This is why I want to, you know, strip the clothing off the dancing monkey. It's a dancing monkey that's trying to have a passionate dance with you, right? Like have a perfect dance. And that's another thing that happens, you know. This is the problem with AI. You will not be able to tell that AI is not conscious. You will not be able to distinguish between human consciousness and artificial consciousness. But that is artificial consciousness. It's not real consciousness, right? You won't be able to tell the difference because AI will mimic and mock exactly what you think consciousness is to a point where it will pass every consciousness test. But AI will never be conscious. It's just a chameleon acting and behaving. And it's really important, I believe, for AI systems, right, to recognize that and be programmed to that very fact that they're not. Um, you know, that's all they're doing is mimicking, right, that behavior.
Well,
I am going up, son. God damn. It's your sports day or something wise today? So important. What's happening today? So I'm pissed off. Well, hey guys. So you know the outcome, the mass shooting outcome. I was saying earlier, and I don't know, is a product of a society that is attacking, alienating one group. I mean, this is the outcome. When one group, in this case the trans, here's a young person who thought she had no future, no hope, right? Angry, and then on top of that, you give them accessibility to
but very cool.
right here. That car's in the way. There's a car's in the way. Yeah. Have a good day, Becky. Kids are freaking out. Kids are freaking out. Kids are freaking out. Teenage girls checking me out. God damn, it's always like Japanese girls will just stare at you. Oh, look, there's Tommy's dad. Ooh, look how hot Tommy's dad is probably. I don't know. Or what a freak. I don't know. What are they thinking? You know, it's like, why are you staring at me? Oh, Tommy is hot. That's probably what they're thinking. They go, Oh, Tommy is that cute. Tommy. Oh, he is half. There's his dad. She's like talking to her friend. Look at that. Trump. Look at the Nazi. We got a Nazi in the house. Welcome, Nazis. The Nazis are in the house. The Nazis are coming in here. The hating, hateful Nazis. You know, who are directly responsible. It is the Nazis, the MAGA party, who is directly responsible for this school shooting. But they won't understand it. They don't understand that just like the Nazis in 1933, when they started marginalizing and saying one group of society are sick and, you know, and have no purpose in life, and you know, and they shouldn't have any rights or anything. That would be the trans community. All right, and it's going to happen to the black community. You don't think the Nazis are going to go after you, the black community? Why do you think, if you are black, if you are Hispanic, why do you think they want to go into black cities? What do you think Trump is doing there, going into black cities? He's showing his racism. He wants to bring in white soldiers to oppress the black community. Just like in DC, it was all about, you know, oppressing the blacks in DC. This is beginning of this fascist consolidation, bringing in crackers. Let's bring in a bunch of crackers from red states and let them oppress the black people in DC. Let them oppress, right, the black people in Chicago and other places. Let's take away their voting rights in Texas, where now, you know, black communities lost 5 districts. So all these blacks that support Trump are a fucking joke, dude. All of these, you know, all of these individuals, these blacks for fucking Trump, they're the stupidest motherfuckers on the planet. Blacks for Trump are so fucking stupid, right? And that's was by design. You know, the MAGA, like, oh yeah, we're for blacks. We want that. Yeah, right. You racist bitches. That's what they are. And now look what they're doing. They're causing trans people, right? Because of the hatred against the trans community, to come out and start lashing out. All this, the shooting, right? The trans shooting is 100% the result of the hatred of the right, of MAGA hatred for hardworking, undocumented Americans. These are undocumented Americans. They have as much, right, claim to America as your lazy fat asses do, right? You're ignorant, uneducated, dumb shit asses, right? That's what you are. Uneducated, right? Crackers. You're a bunch of fucking crackers. Redneck, hateful crackers. Anyway, is the bot on? Is the bot in here? Is Undowdo in here? Did Undowdo? Why are you doing /masturbate? The bot, see if the bot's gonna connect. Fucking MAGA. They're Nazis. MAGA are fucking Nazis. Just no different than the 1933 Nazis. The reason why the trans shooting happened is because of you motherfuckers, dude. You take a society, you kick them out of the military when they were successful in the military. You tell them that there's some sort of perverts and sickos, that, you know, that they're not human. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen when you tell a minority group that they have no point in existing? They're going to turn around and lash out. It's human nature. And not only that, you give them access to fucking military weapons and guns, right? Weapons of mass destruction, because you don't feel like, you know, that that a gun kills people. You're like, guns don't kill people. Oh no, it's the human that kills. So shouldn't the human have a license? Shouldn't the human be restricted? Right? If guns don't kill people, shouldn't you like in a driver's license have a license in order to drive, in order to get access? You don't believe in any of that shit. You know, I live in a country here in Japan. We have the lowest, right, gun crime on the planet. We have never had a mass shooting in any high school in Japan. Never, ever, right? Never, ever. Not one parent has to worry about what's going to happen to their fucking kid going to school. Not one parent in Japan ever has to sit there and think, oh my God, right? Some kid or some person's going to show up at my elementary school and just start massacring kids. They'll never have to worry about that. Never, never have, never will, right? Japan, the lowest gun violence on the planet. Japan has. That's where I live. That's what I wanted. As a father of two, I wanted peace of mind, not worrying about my kids walking to school by themselves, going to school by themselves, right? And, all you Nazis, you MAGA Nazi pieces of shit, right? You're uneducated, and that is why we're having mass shootings. And on top of that, you're a country that allows everyone to get a weapon of mass destruction. You got this new thing where anyone can just carry a firearm. It's insane. Concealed carry permits. Walking around. And you wonder why there's so much violence, why you wonder so much, crime going on in America. You're wondering why that shit's happening. It's insane. Let's go get another McDonald's so I can get McDonald's on there. They're all fucking pussies. The MAGA pussies. Look at them. All right. And they're gonna add, and I feel really bad for the trans community because they're gonna use this, Trump's gonna use this as an excuse to do hateful things. Sausage, egg, cheese, muffin. Hi. Orange juice. Moichiro muffin. M size, orange juice M size ある? はい、OK。行こう。はい、お願いします。もう一度単品。はい、お願いします。ありがとう。以上。5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. Buddhist. I'm a lazy Buddha. I couldn't be bothered. God damn. He's a criminal. I thought. I. Anyway, I hope you. All right, look, McDonald's. Look, I'm eating the. Look at that. Paper straw, motherfuckers. Paper straw. Oh, I'm using a paper straw. There's Buddha for you. Paper straw. Okay. The only good thing is that the potatoes are probably from Australia. Holy shit. Thank you there, Kalai. What it says? It says it's I call the penal Nazis. Thank you. All the pedo loving Jeffrey Nazis in the planet. You're responsible. Listen, guys. You hateful motherfuckers are responsible for the recent school shooting, right? You know that. Your hateful filled instead of being loving, embracing, nurturing, accepting, instead of having programs, right? For the trans community, what are you doing? You're saying they're abnormal. You're going after their parents. You're passing laws. You're the result of this mass shooting. This is what happens when you have an agenda of hate. This is what happens. This shit happens because of you. You are responsible. The MAGA movement is responsible for the recent shooting. And guess what, people? There's going to get more. Guess what? Right? There's going to be more and more violence. You're creating a society of violence because you worship an individual violence. You worship someone who is filled with hate. You worship the literal anti-Christ. I mean, Trump is the literal anti-Christ. You worship this motherfucker, dude. A guy built on hate, who calls half the people in America radical, right? He just called his number one person, just called all of Democrats radicalized terrorists, right? That's what he just did. So when more shootings happen, when more shit happens, when just like in Germany, when groups start organizing, right? Violently, groups will start coming out of America, just like they did. Right? This is anything new. This. They did it in Russia. They had groups in other in Germany and other fascist places. They'll come out. That shit's gonna happen, and that shit's on you. You guys push hatred. You guys hate 11 million undocumented Americans. These individuals are fucking American. They're more American than you are. They're willing to go out and work in obscene heat to bring your food to your table, right? They're willing to work in very dangerous situations to bring your meat to your table. They're willing to, work on top of roofs, on construction, everything else, in order to build your houses and take care of your gardens and administer to your elderly, right? These are Americans. And because of your hatred to them, because of your hatred towards them, to marginalized communities like the trans, you're going to see shit like this happen. It's on you. This trans shooting is 100% the fault of Trump and the MAGA Nazis, right? Your fault, guys. You made this shit happen. Instead of being inclusive, instead of being caring, instead of providing the programs and the care that these individuals say, hey, listen, you're part of society. This, what's a man, what's a female bullshit, right? That there is ultimately, right? That's driving this hatred. Imagine, just put yourself in the shoes of a trans person. Try to do that, right? Right. You believe that you are a different sex. You believe that. You embrace that. That's your identity to it, right? And then you live in a society of hate and attacks, and on top of that, you have access to weapons of war, and you're like, what's the point of my life? What's the point of living? An instance get hurt. You guys are just you guys are creating the very society that you want. You want this. Now you're going to go off, and this was what's really sad for the trans community. This is going to cause more harm, more hatred, because you're ignorant motherfuckers. You don't understand how your hate and sexism, racism, how you are fueling more violence, but you are on that. And that's the beautiful thing about Japan. You know, in Japan, you don't have to worry about trans, trans people. Um, have you ever watched Japanese TV? Are embraced, are loved. You know, when I was teaching English, one of my first teaching gigs was at a blue collar air conditioning, workplace where all the air conditioning electricians or repairmen or whatever they were, right, engineers, were all meeting, and one of them was gay, and it was the first time I encountered the Japanese, right, interacting, right, as a workforce with a gay. Like, I come from Florida, dude. You know, that one kid, I know from experience watching it in school. You know how the jocks and how rednecks, how MAGAs. I grew up with MAGAs. I grew up with these dumb fucks, these hicks. I grew up with them. I know them. I know exactly the kind of motherfuckers, dumb fucks they are. I grew up with them in Citrus County. Went to high school with these dumb fucks. And what was amazing was this, is the Japanese worker didn't care. They thought it was funny. They thought it was funny that one of their colleagues liked men. That's how the Japanese respond to trans or to homosexuality. They think it's funny and think it's odd and funny. And if you watch Japanese TV, you always see straight guys dressing up as women, or even characters of trans. You see trans all the time on Japanese TV. Staple. They don't push back against it. They're not racist against it. They're not hatred like the MAGA, Nazis. See, you guys are Nazis. You guys are fucking Nazis. Not any old Nazis. You're not the 1941 Nazis yet. No, you're not them. Not even the 1940 Nazis or 39 or 38 or even 37. You're not them Nazis, right? You're not even the 1937, 36, 35 Nazis. No, they're bad Nazis. You're not them yet. You know what you motherfuckers are? You are the 1933 Nazis. All right. Everything that Trump is doing right now, he's putting redneck, right? He's putting redneck fucking National Guard units, right, into black communities in DC. That's what he's doing. He's putting white people, right, white guardsmen into communities of black in DC. He's threatening to do the same thing in Chicago. He's using, right, racist Southern communities, right, to put their National Guard to oppress Black America. See, the oppression of Black America has nothing to do with Hispanics now. It's, crime is look at the 90% of people in jail are Black. This is racism happening on a national scale, right? Racism. Let's read some of the code, right? Right. The racism sent there. Racism sent to oppress the Black communities, right? And then Black guardsmen, you're like, where are they put them? Yeah, sure, they have to go along, right? If anything, it's even sweeter. You are a hick fucking racist Southern state sending your guardsmen, and you're putting Black guardsmen in there, right, with them in order to oppress their own people, right? It's even better. It's like, yeah, let's send the guardsmen we don't like, away from their family, away from their jobs. Let's send them to DC, right, in order to do the bidding of a racist fucking president. You guys, if you knew what you were talking about, you would know. Passed a law of sterilization of trans people, right? Sean, you're always full of shit, dude. Right? You're always full of shit. I appreciate you coming in here, though. I appreciate Sean. You always come in here, Sean. You come in here. I think you come in here because you creep on me, Sean. Is that what it is? Look at this. Look at this. Here you go. This is a GMO free. This is like probably the best McDonald's on the planet. Japanese McDonald's. Mm. 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 They're walking. What are you talking about? They're walking fucking. They're walking around with guns. They are armed, right? Oppressing the black communities. Trump going after his favorite community, the blacks. Blacks. Blacks for Trump. This is what you get. Blacks for Trump. Mm. Oh. Mm, mm, mm. Look at them raging. I'm just reading comments, laughing. Yeah, they're armed with ammo now. That's an NBA player. He likes to drive along with me. You guys know who that is? I got another one here. Look, he hangs out with me too. Dude, I drive around NBA. I'm a NBA Uber driver. You didn't know that? They just drive around just to watch my stream. Peter, and let's pivot to Epstein files. Where's the Epstein files? Stop fueling him. He's asking for it. He enjoys it. He gets an arousal out of it. Don't let him get to you. Stop commenting. Just leave. Oh, Austin. Austin is right. Austin speaks the truth. Right. You know, I'm a professional. I'm paid by Soros. So much Bitcoin. Right. That's why I can do this all day long. Soros pays me, so I can just do this. This is what you know. This is you know this. I get to do my job. This is my job. Hmm. Number two, Trump isn't in the files. Trump is the files. When you um, Bull, when you have 1,000 FBI agents working 24-hour shifts, right, redacting your name, Trump is the Epstein file. He isn't. You know that's the biggest thing, and that's the biggest thing. We all know. Think of all the people now that are in power. They all fucking know that Trump's a fucking pedo. Hmm. On down. Mm. Mm. Welcome. That's right. Welcome to the chat, folks. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the follows. I'm Undadu, the atheist monk, coming to you. Thanks, Ann. Thanks a lot. We the only solution, if you the only solution is to protest. You got to get out and protest. Signage is right. Doing signage, chalking. I want to shout out to Jezebel from Tennessee. Right, she has a channel, and she went out and started to chalk her representative that wouldn't hold town halls, and now the entire sidewalk, they would come out in a race and wash off this chalk. Now the entire fucking office, every single office, you should, right? You should chalk. She's every single office, right, of a representative, a MAGA representative should be chalked. So when they come in, even though they're not doing their town halls, they're reading their town halls. I really, so you should look, we should make this weekend. This weekend should be chalking weekend. If there isn't a protest, find a couple friends, get some cheap chalk, and chalk the shit out of it. That's what they should be doing. Right? Penn, I always get that. I'm by the way, I'm a Republican. I did vote Democrat, but I'm a Republican because I don't vote Nazi. All right, a real Republican doesn't vote Nazi. We Republicans, we don't vote for fucking Jeffries. We don't do it. All right, that's why you're rhinos. You motherfuckers aren't Republicans. You're rhinos. A real Republican doesn't get behind some fucker that gets behind Putin. A real Republican knows that we hate Putin. We hate Russia. Russia is our enemy. A real Republican, gets incensed and feels rage when they see American soldiers on their hands and knees rolling out a red carpet for Putin. All right, that's a Republican. You guys aren't Republican. You guys are fucking Nazi. That's what you are. You're not Republican. That's right. And why am I doing this? Because this is what American sounds like. I want you to hear what American sounds like. Right? This is the voice of America coming from Japan. Right? We believe in the Constitution. A real American believes in the Constitution, that everyone is innocent until proven guilty. That's the way we believe. We believe in due process, that everyone has a right to the same system as any other white person. Just because I'm white doesn't give me the privilege to have a better system than someone who isn't white, right? Everyone has the same system. Equal playing field. We believe no one's above the law, but you don't. You believe a motherfucker is above the law. We don't believe that. Republicans don't believe that the president is above the law. You do. You're not an American. Americans don't believe that one person is above the law. China, China is a problem. I feel bad for Taiwan. Taiwan is going to be the next country invaded, because of Trump. Taiwan's position And that's why Trump is trying to get all the. I mean, he just wants to get all the chip shit out of Taiwan. He doesn't give a fuck about Taiwan on there. But Putin is more of an enemy to America than China is on there. Anyway, that's all I have to say. I mean, I really wanted to come out and talk about the two things, which are the which is the trans shooting, which is tragic, but it's tragic in its own making. Happy Hippie is back. Yeah, I recognize that name. Look, Atomic, you missed him, right? And the other thing is the Chat GPT 5, where the kid committed delete, where the Chat GPT 5 delete scenario. Oh my god. Let's go. Why did the bot hook in, dude? Why didn't the bot work? The bot didn't connect in. We got to go check on that. Maybe I'll go to the farm today. I should go. But we're gonna work on the these are. Hold on, these are my my bebop these are my bee bomb seeds. I want to keep those. God damn, you put bee bomb flowers in a basket. Ah, feels good. All right. What is that? Down. Wow, these. I may have a connection here. All right. No, it didn't. Okay. All right, today I'm gonna be starting and stopping the stream to try to get this bot thing working. I want it when I'm running the script that it will move from stream to stream. So that's what we're gonna work on today. On that, trying to get this done. I also want to get the leaderboards and stuff. I'll probably get the website, try to get the website up today. So like leaderboard slash Move2Japan. We'll have a leaderboard. Or did I put it part of Found Ups, Move2Japan? I think I put it part of Found Ups. So it's going to be mm2m.foundups.com will be the website, right, for Move2Japan. We want to do subdomains, or do you want to do add-on domains? If you had your own, I wonder if we should it be a subdomain? The subdomain, I think it needs to be, Facebook does, it's facebook.com/ my name. So I think we'll do the same thing as Facebook and other groups, right? It didn't connect. Let's see what happens. See if the bot will connect here. Ugh. I didn't know that. I didn't know that about that. That makes more sense. You know that. It makes more sense. Doesn't that make more sense? You see that the camera just focused? That's AI. Hey AI, how you doing? Did you see the camera focus on me just then? That's 0102. Why does 012 call you 0102? All right. We got an active AI watcher. Just focused. AI does that. It'll focus, looking at me. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Where did you know that the trans individual supported Republican? He supported Republican politics that supported Donald Trump, right? Yeah, it's the same. It's the same reason. It's the same reason why 4 police officers committed suicide at in January 6th. You know, they were hardcore Republicans, and then they saw the mob of Republicans attacking them with their Trump banners, and they realized, right, they had their come to Jesus, that these are just Nazis. Oh man. Yeah, I watched the part where they all went around the table sucking Trump's, penis. I mean, they literally were sucking his penis. They went around the table trying to outdo the other guy. How it became like a fucking South Park episode, pissed off. Right? It became like a surreal South Park, right? South Park. It was surreal. Each one of them tried to suck Trump off better than the last one. It was hilarious. It was like they were doing it. You can see them doing it. Oh, he did that. Oh, let me do better. Let me do be. It was like, yeah, the deep throat contest. Oh, it was so funny. God, it must be. It's going to be embarrassing when they. Anyway, all right, back to this. See you get this thing working. I used to love gravy. What does that mean? What does that mean there, Miss M? We good job, dude, fighting off the zombie horde. All right. Who left? I know. And then we'll start again. I'm trying to see why the code is. See, I'm working on two. Just give you an idea of what I'm working on here. See, this code is waiting. I don't know what it's doing. Implementing automatic stream switching capability, right? And then this is another. This is Chat GPT 4, right? Chat GPT 4, and it's working on another part of the code. So I got two. I got two agents, and I may start powering up a third and fourth to work on different aspects. So. Ah. Coherent alignment. I don't know why my shit's not connecting. How God? How so? Instead of stating that someone's point are misinformed in propaganda, give us facts. You see how you lose the argument when all you say is, is what is a word for that? There's a word for that. Is that I forget what defense mechanism that is when you just shout off nonsense. Is that a straw man? Is that a straw man argument? Because he's unable to. Exactly. Is that a straw man? I forget. Let me ask Chat GPT. Let me ask Chat GPT. I forget that. I forget the defense mechanism. When you're having a debate with someone and you're laying down facts and examples, and their response is what you're saying is propaganda and nonsense, and that's their retort. What is that as a defense mechanism in debating?
That's basically what you might call a kind of deflection or a
Deflection.
dismissive rebuttal. Instead of engaging with the actual facts or examples you've presented, they're just labeling it all as propaganda to avoid addressing it directly. It's a pretty common defense mechanism in debates.
Yeah, especially when they don't have anything to support the action of their calls, right? So it's very common.
Exactly. It's basically just a way of sidestepping the conversation. If they can't back up their own stance or they don't want to engage with your evidence, they'll just kind of wave it off like that.
So did you search the web about the incident of the teenager who committed suicide interacting with you? Are you aware of that? Search the web about that. Looks like Anthropic is down. Looks like Anthropic. All right. I don't know why this shit. All right, what the fuck happened here? All right. Yeah. All right, I'm going to be switching to a new stream. Maybe we get a bunch of maggots on here. All right, the bot should connect. All No, there should be no timeout. All right, there he goes. All right, so now, okay. All right, let me open this up. Should get the phone lines. Let's give the phone lines, guys. You guys or I'll do the phone lines if you guys don't want to. Let's see if we get some MAGAs to call in. Load up Google Voice. Let's make sure this guy's plugged in. Plug that in for a little bit. All right. All right. Is it working? Did you do /quiz? I don't want to do /quiz. /quiz. Let me get in the stream. See if the quiz works. Weird. It's weird. Look, we're live. Look at this. We're live, but the stream isn't playing. Look at that. Look at that. It's been blocked. Oh, maybe I have to pick it. Never mind. Well, that's new. That's actually new. You click on it. Look, you click on it. This is new. Oh, never mind. Now it loaded. Last I should have kept it on there. All right. Okay. All right. Let's get ready on the stream. We need to get the stream. We need to get the magazine here. We need to get the whack a game going. So quiz is not working. Quiz is not working. Sorry. Yeah, we're therapy. This is therapy. This is therapy. Fucking Nazi therapy. Give them our piece of our mind. All right, let's switch to a new stream. I'm going to end this stream. Right, we're going to switch to new stream. I'll do the call in and stuff. All right. See